What is going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video to do my NFL Green Bay Packers Beast recap Week 17 show. Unfortunately, once again, my Packers lost to the Vikings in once again another 2-point game loss. And not going to sugarcoat it. Made horrible decisions at the beginning of the game. We came back towards the end, but it was a little too late. I mean, Jordan Love stats got better as the game was closing to the end there, but again, you have to do better than that. You know what I'm saying? You have to do better to win these type of games. You know what I'm saying? So it's a very, very upsetting situation because I really felt we were a better team than them, and we just didn't look at it on the field. The defense looked horrendous in this game. Just seems like our defense really struggles against the division rivals this year. I mean, our defense has played very well against all these other football teams. But when we play our division rivals, we just look like complete shit on the defensive side. To lose 27-25, when it looked like we possibly were going to come back and win. But there was a lot of glaring problems. You know, the touchdown that put us up under 2 points in this ball game, you know, very, very bad clock management, not getting out of bounds with Wicks. And then, of course, a run on 1st and goal, you know, when you're trying to get a touchdown right before the 2-minute warning. They did get a touchdown there the next play, but just horrendously bad, clock management there. It's something that really Jordan Love really needs to learn. I've been saying this about Jordan Love for a long time, but his 2-minute drill and his clock management in these situations isn't really that good. And it's really something that I hope that he'll eventually figure out. But, I mean, this was just bad. And we might have to play this team again. I don't know what's going to happen now because the Vikings and the Lions are going to play each other next week. I'm not exactly sure when they're going to play each other because they haven't announced the schedule yet for Week 18, but I'm going to almost assume that it's going to be on Sunday Night Football because I'm almost certain that Sunday Night Football gets the rights to pick whatever game they want. So I'm almost certain that that's going to be on Sunday night. Again, don't know for sure. It's not been officially confirmed yet, but I'm almost certain they're getting the Sunday Night Football game with the Lions and the Vikings because whoever – it doesn't even matter if the Lions win against the 49ers tonight not tonight, tomorrow on Monday night because them winning only ties it. It doesn't win them the division. So they basically – have to play next week no matter what. But in terms of our team, though, because that's what this is about, Jordan Love's stats was 19 for 30, 185 yards. Again, did have a touchdown pass very late, but again, it was a little too late. You know, they started finally getting going, but it was, again, too late. You know, we did have an interception on Sam Darnold, but, you know, we also got a fumble on that play. You know, 24 got a fumble, and then, ironically enough, Carlos Brooks got the recovery, which ended up saving us to being able to get the touchdown there on the short field. But, yeah, I mean, there was no urgency. I mean, you know, Josh Jacobs also fumbled on the opening possession. You know, that hurt us. If we score there, you know, because there was a lot of momentum going on there, at the beginning there, that killed it right there. And again, not to make excuses for the referees' terrible officiating, because the referees are terrible. But there was no offsides on, or neutral zone infraction on the field goal. Like, they called it on that 55-yard field goal, which the Vikings missed originally, and then they made it at 50 yards. That should have not been, that they should have not gotten that. The referees blew it on that. If that doesn't happen, we win the game, obviously. We're looking at a completely different situation if everything happens the same way coming out of halftime. But again, not gonna say that, because again, we had our chances to have won this game even after that had happened. In the second half, multiple chances we had. And again, even right at the end there, the defense just couldn't stop them. They couldn't put Sam Darnold on his back. I think they got 1 sack in that game, when there was many times we could have hit Sam Darnold. There was many of times where I was like, how did he not get him? How did he not get him there? Just not fast enough. Which is ridiculous, because Sam Darnold isn't that fast. Coverage wasn't that great on the secondary again. There was a lot of questionable, even on the final play. The final throw to the running back. Guy's wide open. It was a low throw, but easy for him to adjust when there's no one there to cover him. So that's the biggest thing with the game. The rushing yards, Josh Jacobs, 17 attempts, 69 yards, rushing touchdown. Emmanuel Wilson, 6 attempts, 29 yards rushing. He did have a rushing touchdown. Also, I should say Jordan Love held onto the ball way too much, too, in this game, which was just horrible. Which also led to a bunch of sacks. Okay. Romeo Doubs had 7 receptions for 58 yards. Tucker Kraft had 2 receptions for 53 yards. Devania Wick had 4 receptions for 43 yards receiving. Bo Milton had 3 receptions for 18 yards. Jaden Reed only had 1 reception for 6 yards. McGrade had 1 reception for 4 yards. Milton Heath had 1 reception for 3 yards. And he also, in that 1 catch, did obviously have the touchdown on the no huddle. Again, a lot of missed opportunities. Like I said, Valentine had the interception, but then also had a fumble. Josh Jacobs had a fumble. Carl Brooks recovered the one. The Vikings recovered the one on Josh Jacobs, which, again, was a big loss. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention the 4th and 2 also. We went for it on 4th and 2 on another possession where we were in the red zone. Very, very makeable 4th down. Again, Jordan Love rushed that pass. There was a guy open on that play, and he rushed it. Even with Josh, if he had waited a little second longer, I mean, Josh Jacobs probably gets that catch, but he underthrew it. But yeah, I want to mention the only guy who got a sack here, which was my boy Carl Brooks, who got the, for anybody who doesn't remember, he got the blocked field goal against the Bears. He also got the fumble recovery from Valentine, who fumbled the ball on his interception. But yeah, guys, I mean, like I said, we can complain about the refs, about, that penalty, which, cost us that field goal, because that allowed the Vikings to get 3 points, which in a 2-point final game could have changed the outcome on how the game was, and what the mentality would have been towards the last 2 minutes of the game in the 4th quarter. But at the end of the day, the Packers, had many times we could have done something, but the defense looked like shit. Um, the Vikings offense controlled the clock management because the defense couldn't stop them. And then, of course, obviously, Jordan Love did not get hot until towards the end of the game. You got to do better than that. You got to do better than that against these teams. And I know all the games that we lost against the Vikings, the Lions, the Eagles, some of the best playoff teams in the NFC right now going into the playoffs. I know we've only lost by 2 or 3 points to these teams, but in the playoffs that doesn't matter. You're going to be in those close do or die situations, and you have to be ready for them. And we're not ready for them. I hope we're ready for them when we play them in the playoffs, which right now we are locked in at the 6th seed or 7th seed at this point. Right now we are the 6th seed. That is the highest we can go. We have to beat the Bears to secure that if we want that. As of right now, the Washington Redskins and the Atlanta Falcons are going to be playing right now. They are playing right now, or almost playing right now. They're going to be playing in about another 10 minutes, I think, at the time of this recording. But they are playing at the time this video is uploaded right now. The Falcons have a chance to win their division. And depending on who the 3rd seed is as of right now, it's the Rams. Which, by the way, I think the Rams have clinched the division, I think. No, they have not, actually, because the Dolphins won. So if the Commanders win, they clinch the division. So if the Commanders clinch the division in the Sunday night game that's going on right now, they will win their division. I know my boy, the Reigning 48, thinks I should want to play the Falcons. We've only seen the Falcons with one time with the quarterback, with the new quarterback, so I'm not exactly sure if we want to play the Atlanta Falcons. I personally think we should play the Rams or the Seahawks because we beat them both times in our backyard, or in their backyard. Like, I think we can go to SoFi again and beat the Rams. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we can go to SoFi again and beat the Rams. We have done very good against Matthew Stafford, going back to the days when he was a Detroit Lion, as well as playing them in recent history as, them being a Ram, of him being a Ram. So I think the better team to play is that. I'm not exactly sure where the seeding is right now on the situation with who the 3rd seed will be. But I think the Rams possibly have it, but I'm not exactly sure. Because I know I don't care about that. I want to just know if they're like, Rams control. We already know that they control their own destiny. But I want to know if they're locked in for the 3rd, though. That's what I want to know. Are they locked in on the 3rd? I don't care about the division. Because right now the Rams, how many wins? The Rams got 9, I think, right? Okay, here we go. Rams potential opponents. Okay, so Tampa won, right? So Tampa's got 9. Seattle's got 9. Falcons are playing right now. If they win, they would have 9. Okay, so the Rams have 10. So if Seattle wins next week, they would be at 10. And if the Falcons win next week, they would be at 10. So I'm not exactly sure how the tie would go here. I think Yeah. So there are still possible. I don't know what the scenario is because this is not telling me that. But because if the Rams win next week, then they're locked in. But if the Rams lose to Seattle, regardless of whether they win the division or not, because the Rams possibly will already win the division by then if the Commanders win. But if Seattle plays spoilers, then they possibly, if the Falcons win out, they could possibly, I think, get the third seed, but I'm not exactly sure. I don't know if it's Tampa or but I don't know. I personally wouldn't want to play Tampa because we haven't played Tampa yet. Yeah, out of the three, I don't think I would want to play Tampa right now. I mean, I think we could still beat them, but I think I would rather play the teams that we played already. That's what I say. Like, I'd rather play the teams we played already. Like, we beat Seattle in Seattle. We beat the Rams in Las Vegas, right? So those are the teams that I rather go up against, rather than the teams that we haven't played up against. But that's just my take on it. I'd love to know what you guys think out of the four possible teams at the time of this recording. Because, again, it might be only three possible teams by the time this video is uploaded. The Rams, the Bucks, and the Falcons. But possible Seattle, depending on if the Commanders win or lose their game. But nonetheless, we got to do better. Next week, we're playing the Bears, division rivals. No resting our starters. No resting our starters because we got to go out there and beat this team. We got to get 12 wins. We got to get 12 wins. We got to lock up the 6th seed because I don't know what the Commanders are doing, depending on if they win. But regardless, we got to regardless of what we do, we got to go out there and we got to win. We got to win. We got to secure the 6th seed. I don't know what the scenario is, but yeah, I'll be looking to see which team we play up against. But yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think about the team. What do you guys think about this this loss? How do you guys think of this? Let me know. Make sure to comment, rate. If you like this videos, please subscribe, hit the notification bell for the latest contents. Thank you. And that is about it, guys. I am the SS Ultimate Goku, and I'm out of here. Peace. Also, make sure, besides my YouTube channel, follow the Twitch, follow the Instagram, Discord link in the description for all latest discussions. Also, I do have a YouTube tier list, so make sure to, if you're interested in the perks, to do that. And now I'm out. Peace.